and gentlemen, the complete history of America will begin shortly. The animals used in tonight's performance were tortured under the strict supervision of the American Humane Association. The actors in tonight's performance are proud to wear Nike, the official footwear of the complete history of America. Nike, just do it. Also, management wishes to inform you that this theater is equipped to provide assistance to the hearing impaired. If you or a member of your party is hearing impaired, thank you. Now, for your edification and entertainment, the complete history of America, abridged.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night, as the ramparts we were so gallantly sweeping, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
The complete history of America. I'm Seth.
I'm Clyde.
I'm Cole.
I'm Sam.
I'm Samantha.
I'm Rabbit.
And I'm devilishly handsome. Welcome to tonight's performance of
The complete history of America.
Abridged.
Tonight we explore the history of a great nation. But I'm sure you're all wondering, why the complete history of America? Well, I'm sure there are as many answers to that question as there are members of tonight's cast. Samantha, why don't you explain?
Thank you, Cole. And in the tradition of my white, Anglo-Saxon, Puritan, imperialist, westward expansionist, capitalist, intellectual forebears, I will be brief. I believe it was Benjamin Franklin who said, history is written by the winners. Well, tonight, it's our turn. Seth?
Before we started doing this show, I didn't know much about American history, so I started to read up on it, you know, like in books and stuff. And I took a ton of notes, must have taken like 3 pages of notes, front and back, and I found this quote about what history is that I thought was totally cool. And it said, "History is the deconstruction of necessary illusions and the study of emotionally potent oversimplifications." And that still holds true today, because I see this show as about remembering the past.
Because it's like that old saying, you know, those of us who forget our past are doomed to, forget other things, like our car keys or even our own phone number. So I see this show as a post-it note on the refrigerator of America. A post-it note that says, "Hey America, don't forget to mail back your Netflix." Because it's only through remembering that we can learn from our mistakes, or at least blame them on somebody else, and move on into a better future. And enlighten capitalism, perhaps, free of all forms of racism, godism, hair colorism, and making fun of ism. And you may say that I'm a moron, and I say to you, yes, I am a moron. But I'm a moron with a dream, and that, my friends, is the most dangerous type of moron.
That was powerful. Let me see if I can crystallize for you exactly why it is we're doing the complete history of America. And in fact, I think it's very simple. Some time ago, we received a letter from a little girl named Amy who lives in Warwickshire, England. She writes, "Dear guys, I think it'd be fun for you 7 Americans to condense all of English history because you 7 are so hysterical and handsome and intelligent and wise. Loves and kisses, your fan forever, Amy." Well, Amy, this is exactly the kind of letter that pisses us off. Did it ever occur to you that we have no interest whatsoever in English history? history? I mean, why can't Americans do American history? Where do you English get off of this cultural superiority complex?
Yeah, we've got a culture too, you know, and a history.
Yeah, and it's like my mother always said, it's not the length of your history, it's what you've done with it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we looked into it, and we realized that Americans are, at best, uninformed, and at worst, embarrassed about our own history.
Well, damn it, we've got nothing to be embarrassed about. We brought the world's first democracy, and Man on the Moon, and Mark Twain, and
American gladiators.
Yeah, American gladiators, and McDonald's, and Coca-Cola, and Big Bird, and Bart Simpson. So don't go telling us we don't have a culture and a history, little smarty pants, Amy.
So hang on, Amy. We've got a lot to accomplish in the next 90 minutes.
Let's do it.
Go us!
We begin at the beginning, 1492 Spain. The first chapter of American history is about to be written by that legendary Italian explorer, Amerigo Vespucci. We join him now in his humble map shop on the Spanish dockyards.
Ringa ringa. Hello, it's me, Amerigo. Maps are us. Have we got the maps? What are the map of mailings? What are you looking for? A sea route to India? I got your sea route to India right here, buddy.
Amerigo! Amerigo, that's
Sophia. Look, Sophia. Great. You lost me another cousin. I hope you're happy, Sophia.
happy. No one made me happy. Is it just at once when I asked you to go out for food, you didn't come back with a beer?
But the Sophia isn't got some food.
Oh, don't give me that line about the holy mackerel. I'm sick of it.
But I get a good deal on a mackerel.
We wouldn't need a good deal on a mackerel if you just sold a few more macs.
Pasta, fazola, spaghetti, bologna. So you calling me a bill?
Oh, my parents told me not to marry you. They said marry that Christopher Columbus fellow. He's going places.
Maybe I have to wife me a little support every now and then.
Oh no, it's not my fault. Face it, Amerigo. Nobody buys your maps because they're a crap.
Crap? Oh, what do you mean a crap?
What part of a crap don't you understand?
I knew you'd say something like this. Look. I made it myself.
Maybe have fun in pools, but face it, Amerigo, you don't know what you're doing. Look, every time you find a landmass, you name it the same thing.
No.
No? Look over here. North America. And down here, South America. The Union of Soviet Socialist Vespucci. No. Everyone knows the world's a flat.
See, I made it shaped like a pizza box.
Sacro Bambino, Amerigo, you are worthless.
Worthless? I'm not the worthless. I'm trying to make a name for myself. I have a dream that's something you will never understand. I'm sorry, Sophia, but this is goodbye. Whenever you drink this wine, eat this fish, remember me. I have to be something. All that I can be. Sacro Bambino. I'm off to discover a larger world. Goodbye, Sophia.
Amerigo!
1502, after two treacherous voyages, America concluded that what the rest of the world thought was India was actually a new world. He named it Mundus Novus, Latin for giant nose. Eventually, it bore his name, America. History was made.
America, America.
God shed His grace on me.
Your name will live forever now.
From sea to shining sea.
America, America.
And so, the New World was called America, and we, the people of that land, were called Americans. But what does it mean to be an American? Cole?
Thank you, Samantha, and thank you, Seth. Let's take a closer look at this word, American, shall we? It's just 8 simple letters, but over the years, it has come to stand for liberty, equality, prosperity, and the sort of gosh darn persnickiness that has made the U.S. what it is today. Let's take a closer look, shall we? The first letter could be simpler, just little old A. But A is the first letter of the alphabet, isn't it? The first, perhaps the progenitor of democracy. A also means one, implying oneness or unity. So you've got to admit that A is one loaded little letter. Now the next three letters spell out mère, which is the French word for, anyone?
The sea! That's right, the sea. Obviously, in this case, the sea of humanity to which America brings unity. Don't forget that it was across the sea. French says the Statue of Liberty. Gratitude we later sent from Jerry Lewis. Now these next four letters speak very plainly for themselves. Say it with me now. I can. Now you gotta admit, that's one plucky little word. Not many people know this, but if you rearrange the letters in this word, American, you get I can read. Now, if you rearrange the letters in the name of our very first president, George Washington, you get gagging on wet horse. And if you rearrange the letters in the name Spiro Agnew, you get grow a spine. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it means to be an American. I thank you.
Now, we know what little Amy is thinking at this point. She's thinking, hey, they skipped Christopher Columbus. That's not fair. He discovered the New World, yet they've hardly mentioned him up to this point.
Well, his name wasn't even Christopher Columbus. It was Cristobal Colon. And he bumped into the New World by mistake, and he wasn't even the first one here, because the Japanese, the Vikings, the Irish were all probably here before him, and there was a native population of over 90 million people.
Yeah, but in fairness to Columbus, he was the first man to slaughter and enslave the native population in the name of Christianity. And he became pretty wealthy from it, so in that sense, he was the first true American.
Clyde, I'm sorry, but that is so Eurocentric.
What do you mean?
The story of the first people begins long before the European invasion of native settlements in North America.
True, but that doesn't really fit our timeline that well.
Timeline's bogus.
It's not bogus, it's just kind of incomplete.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going back in time now. We're going to when the first native people finally came to North America. Where are you now, Samantha?
Kate, I'm at the crucifixion of Christ, and I can tell you it's not a pretty sight.
Well, don't stop there. Keep going.
Okay, ancient Romans, ancient Greeks.
Toga.
Ancient Egyptians envisioned a written word. Birth of Ron Paul. Here.
That's because you're near the Ice Age, man. You should get back up here. You're not really dressed for it. Let's start up anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about 12,000 years back now, and scientists speculate that the first people came to North America across the Bering Straits from Asia to Alaska anywhere between 12 and 50,000 years ago.
We wrote a poem about the first English settlement in North America. This is our poem. 'Twas 1607 in the fine month of May that three proud ships landed at Chesapeake Bay, and so began a new life for God's people that day.
Well, Jamestown was born, so the story was told, spread our Lord's word, and for my name, Bill.
The living was harsh for those brave men and women. They toiled and they sweated and they rarely went swimming. They wheezed and they grunted and they sold their linen. Their cupboards were bare and their cesspools were brimming with cess.
The world was tamed by men who were brave, and men who were strong, and... I'm sorry, let me start over. The world was tamed by men who were brave, and men who were strong, and 6 million slaves, and indentured servants in the Iroquois nation, who gave up their land without compensation. Because the Indians landed underneath Plymouth Rock. John Smith was a rapist. Pocahontas died of smallpox.
And so the Pilgrims perfected the art of good living. They carved up the land and invented Thanksgiving. And lickety-split, just as quick as you please, wham bam bam, there were 13 colonies.
There was Georgia and Maryland and shut my mouth, 2 counties of Carolina, both north and south. There were a lot of states that called themselves new, like York, Delhi, Hampshire, and Jersey too. There was Maryland and Rhode Island, and as it's known, Massachusetts is the state of my man Noam. That's N-O-A-M Chomsky from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
And finally, Penn, which is the Quaker state. So back off, buddy, because those Quakers were great. You thought that killing was wrong and intolerance rude? Try telling that to the Puritans, dude.